Yes, he's the greatest guy on the planet. Yes, wicked. Right, wicked rock and roll. Okay, so we're starting to put together the last bits of the map today. Oh, KO2 fan, yes. Oh, I haven't seen you for a little while. It's so good to see you. Oh, wicked. Or hear from you. Oh, and Gliss as well. Yes, we bring the party back together. Let's rock. And I've got my Dark Souls 2 t-shirt, so you know it's like we're all everything's going awesomely. Right. So let me give you a quick rundown of what we've done over the last few episodes and oh yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, and actually, hopefully, we can all. Oh yes, less than a week before you get the real internet and sleep in a real bed. Yes. Oh, fantastic. I tell you, you're counting down the days. I'm guessing because, like, I mean, it's one of those things where I mean, obviously, this is someone in 2022. It's like how can you live without broadband? So I realise the camera's slightly off. There we go. Yeah, let's rock. So hold on, where have we got it? Oh yeah, of course. I'm still. Let's have a look. If I do that. Yeah, and I've got the little walking bean emotes. They're quite small. I probably need to make it a little bit bigger, but yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Rock and roll. Right. So like I say, I don't do any coding off stream, but we left a rather comical situation, which is quite easily fixed. So if I go on full screen, you'll be able to see what the problem is. So what we've got this. Hold on, let me see if I can actually try and illustrate the problem. Somewhere around here, we've got a progress in that's 0, right? And then the idea is when you're in one island and you're moving to the next, what it does is it first of all moves to this point here, then goes across the bridge, then finds the central point of the island, then moves there, right? But the way that I've accidentally coded it is so this progressing only actually goes up after the whole thing's done. So it's actually moving all the way over here, then it's realising it needs to go back in here, and then the progressing goes up. So then it's working under the assumption you're here, and anyway, it doesn't matter too much. But like you'll see the problem that actually occurs if I go play maximised at this precise moment is I press T. It's like, oh yeah, look at this. Really, yeah, everything's good. Oh, hold on. Oh, everything is good. Huh. Okay. Everything's working fine. Okay, now that is the weirdest thing ever. Okay, right. I absolutely swear on my life that was not occurring earlier. I was genuinely, I was thinking, okay, how do we fix this? Because I was assuming that the progress ends. So we're now on 3. So that would be island 0, 1, 2, 3. So everything makes sense. Okay, fine. Okay, a problem that I know was there, I'm not making this up, when I was testing this earlier, is now no longer a problem. I think I know what it is, you know. Because when I was actually just testing... oh, yes! Oh, wicked! Yes, the KO2 fan, yes! Because I actually... I quite like that picture. I've got the exact same one again, but without the background. So, yeah, like, so I can actually swap it to that. But I quite like that one. But, yeah. So... yes. Oh man, this is so cool. This is so cool. Oh right, so all of this is actually working really nicely. Yeah, for the life of me, I don't really know why it was working now. I think it's because when I was actually testing, starting up the Rumpletown game, it altered some of the numbers and magically fixed it. Oh, and Code Rad! Oh my gosh! Okay, actually, yeah, Code Rad. This is, as a little side thing, it won't be today, but I have, and this is only obviously with your permission, I can completely take it down. But I've got a, let's see if I can find it. So yeah, I want to have a button. Sorry, that's a terrible way. You can't quite see it from there. Let me go bring it in Asapri if I can. Oh gosh. Windows 10 is rubbish. But if you imagine this was bigger, but I've got a new card art which is going to be called Code Rad. Oh yes, that's sorry. The background. Yeah. It's going to be one of those. It's going to be a button that synergizes with Ready Camps, which I'm excited to put that one in. Because there's a few people where I was just thinking, I need to have a card. So the idea is it's going to be a Vanquish card that uses up dies. It vanquishes is the key word. So it destroys itself after using, and you're going to burn all of your Ready Camps, but then loads and loads of troops come out of it. It's going to be something like 4 or 5 troops for every one in the Ready Camp. So it's gonna be like a last ditch sort of punch to try and win. It's one of those sort of make or break cards, which like I say, at the moment it's only an idea, so I haven't actually put it together. But I thought I'd just let you know I have, thought I'd put that one in. Right, so but yeah, like I say, I don't mean to put you under pressure. If you're suddenly I don't want a card, then don't worry, I'll change it to something else. But it'd be really cool if I could have that. Anyway, right, what are we doing today? Right, so at the moment we were in the transformation process to turn this into the actual yes, okay, that's the problem that we ran into. Fantastic. Okay, good, that was the problem that we had. Right, so yes, and it gets lost and everything's fine. Okay, good. I'm just glad that we've clarified this was the problem that we're running into. I think I know why we've got this problem, and I'm going to work on fixing that soon. But generally the idea of today's show is we're going to start making it so that on each island are going to be the tiles that you press to either get into a fight, draw a new card, upgrade a card, trash a card, go to a shop. So that's roughly where we're headed today. But now let me see if I can. Now I just want to confirm as well that glitch it's remaining the same. So I press T, it goes over there, and then comes back, which is exactly what I thought was going to happen, and that's fine. Right, we can fix that. Actually, what if I just turn that into 0 now? Does that actually go any better? No, it doesn't, but that's fine. But yes, right, anyway, that is where we're going to be rocking to today. So let's go fix that little problem. Let's try and work out exactly everything that's going on and why it goes back to the same one. Right, so we are on the map test. Actually, a lot of these scripts actually do need to remain open. Normally I like to just clear all these scripts at the top, but I think most of these are actually pretty important, so I'm going to leave them open. So if I just press Control MO, we're going to try and work out. So make Nina move to the island. Get directions for Nina to move from Bridge End to Centre of Island. Let's go to the definition. Let's find out exactly what's going on. That goes there. Progress +1. Okay, so that does say, that should in theory say the correct one there. But what we've just got to kind of we've just got to work out why it's kind of essentially moving itself back over. Right, let's go. Yeah, this shouldn't be too hard. I've just got to try and work out exactly what what's happening. Right, so we're finding out the X and the Y class of there. You know what? It won't do too much harm to just have a debug dot. Wow. Okay. I mean, I like as far as autocorrect, I don't think there is literally any time on in my living life that I would ever need debug.assert destination greater than equal to. No, forget all that. Debug.log destination x dot toString plus have a little bit of a space plus destination y dot toString. Oh yeah, of course we actually need to do the curly brackets here. I mean the parentheses brackets. Right, so let's find out when this function is being called what the actual destination is. So we want it to say 510 or something like that, but I think it's going to say 55. But let's find out. So it will be or 44. Sorry, yeah. So it's 1 minus. So for whatever reason, it's saying the progress number plus 1. It's got the wrong one. So let's find out. So somehow the implication is saying that the progress is actually -1 and it comes to 0. But let's see if there's an easier way of us checking this. Central Island classes. This is probably what we're after. We're going to have a look at these and just find out, just check that that Central Island number 0 is like 44 and then it goes 9-4. So let's have a quick check of that. And we just sort of slowly but surely just narrow down where the problem lies. So I'm having a look at this. We've got CI classes, this one here. Right, this is correctly 4 and 4. Now, I've got to scroll all the way back up to the top, that's fine. And now this one here is also 4-4 and it's referring to the same one. Okay, right, okay, now let's just see if that's happening with all of them, because there's a good chance that when I've loaded everything, yes, I think I know where the problem is. It all thinks every single Central Island class is the same one. So if we were to go to say this one down the line, it's referring. Okay, so somehow we've created all of these classes and they're all referring to the same one. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We've got to work out why that is the case. It's probably to do with the loading process. It shouldn't be too hard. But this is good, actually. It's good that we've kind of fixed this now. And actually, no, to be honest, it might not even be to do with the loading process. Map test script. We've just got to work out, because when we're actually opening up a new island, it is loading all the information, because even though you probably weren't paying attention, the shapes of the islands were all the same every time you press stop and play. That's because it's saved all the data and it's loading from it. We've just got to work out why all the CI classes. So I think it's just because we haven't we haven't. In fact, another little thing that I'm going to check as well that I wasn't really paying attention to is let's have a look. We look at this one here. Sorry, this is quite funny. So we've got this one tile here, and it's holding 30 classes that are all Central Island class. Okay, right. That's probably going to be a problem somehow. So I've just I haven't distributed it properly, which shouldn't be too hard to sort. So oh yeah. Oh, okay. So we have created all of these, and what we actually need to do is there's a certain point where we've just got to alter the starting Y. So I probably should rename it to current Y. It is literally, I think it's just this bit of code here, Control C. Because what's happening, sorry, where we've got this else, this is what's happening if we're creating the island for the first time, and all of this stuff here is when we have already created the island and we're loading it. Now what I've done is I've essentially got every single one of these classes to attach to one tile. Oh yeah. So if you've got a PC, yeah. We've got a basic demo at the moment. It still is quite in early stages. So I've got the link there. It was going to be on Mac, but at the moment it's currently, I need to change that. At the moment, my friend who had a Mac had trouble like getting it to work. But yeah, it's only an early version at the moment. Don't get super excited. There's still currently no sound, so I'd probably recommend having some music on in the background and just pretending that I'm just some amazing like music conductor or music creator, and it's my music in the background. But no, there is currently no music. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I do apologise. Yeah. I've been. But yeah, like. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I'm going to do music first and then sound, because I've been working on the side on like GarageBand for like to make some new music. But yeah, so sorry, I'm miles away there. But like I was thinking it's quite hard for me to make music on GarageBand on my iPad on stream, so I feel like that's going to be something that's just going to be in my downtime. I think now that I've put this switch statement in here, that should hopefully fix everything and the world will be good again. As much as I love having 30 scripts attached to one tile, it doesn't seem practical. Right, so let's have a look. We press T, come on. Over there, is it still going to carry on progressing? Yes, okay, all right, okay, so now the stream has officially started, because that was a slight issue that we had before. I'm going to, sorry, I still got my energy drink. Right, so what we're looking to do now is we're looking to translate the information from the Big Daddy map script and chuck it actually on the map. So this is going to look basic-ish to begin with, but then hopefully we're going to it's going to look a little bit better as we sort of progress further. So I'm going to just close all of this, because I feel, so what we've got here, this is the original script for when we made the original Destiny map, and that's the yes, that's a good point. The as much as I haven't put the demo on, literally I am counting down the hours, so it might be as long as one day, but I will have a wish list on Steam very, very soon. Sorry, I probably should have actually started the whole stream with that, but yeah, it said when I had everything ready, it said it's going to take 2 weeks, which you're probably aware of. But then I realised that you need to wait 2 weeks, and then you have to get it reviewed. So I'm literally at the point where I've waited the 2 weeks. Yes, so that's as far. So no one can see it at the moment, but you've got to trust me, it does exist. I'm trying to work out actually if I can get a sort of dummy version of it, but it might be quite difficult. Let's have a look. Yeah, sounds like I'm making it up. If I go, sorry. Oh yeah, so this is the dummy version of it. It's not anything super amazing, but I've just got the images and stuff, and I thought I'd have a little, like I say, not anything like super amazing. Yeah, so mine literally could be ready mid-stream. We can probably check halfway through. Oh yes, TCap1, thank you very much for the follow. That's really, really very much appreciated. Oh, that's rock. Oh yeah, so TCap1, I read his stream a little while ago, and he absolutely blew my mind. He was making a sort of really cool looking kind of tower defense game, and I just said the classic question, what game engine are you using? And he was just like, no, I've just made made like essentially coded his own game engine, which is one of the most bravest things. That's such a like all fair play to anyone who can do that. I just do not have the brain capacity to do that. That's incredible. So yeah, fair play. And the game looks really good actually. Right. So that's all that said. We are going to start trying to get the information from the Big Daddy Map script. We might not even need this. Actually, no, we do need this. So what we've got, the important part is we need to attach these individual classes to the Central Island script. I think that's probably the way forward. So Central Island class. It does say class, but I mean script, and it's quite a mission to try and change that. So I'm just going to stick with that. So we're going to have. So we kind of want to have a. We'll keep it public. And it will be oh yes, so a Planton class is actually something that can hold multiple tiles. Public Planton individual Planton class, which we'll just call underscore Planton class. This will have all the important tile information that it needs. So what we kind of want to do as well is we want to attach all of the Planton classes. Sorry, let's actually go into it, find out. Let's go to this definition. So what this has is essentially all of the. This is the tile information that we need. So we're going to just work on making sure they've got them, and then we're going to work out a way of activating the thing. Okay, don't worry, it makes more sense. Oh yeah. The trailer, the trailer isn't brilliant for illustrating how the game works, but like the actual music is a small segment of the music which I'm actually probably going to put in. So right now that we've got these Planton classes. I guess we can actually go, like after we've done all of this, we can then assign, so for open brackets, in fact we just want that, we want that, don't we? So Control V, alright, so for all of this, we're then going to have if game info script dot instance dot underscore Big Daddy Map class dot individual Planton classes. This is quite long, isn't it? Dot length is less than I, then Control C, CI classes I dot underscore Planton class equals. Okay, so at the moment we've just basically told all of these central tiles, like which are kind of there to represent each island. We've told them, by the way, you've got this Planton class that you would like. Right, so what we're going to do now is just press play and check that they're all attached. So let's have a look. Oh, got an error message. Yay! Right, let's see what's happening. It's less than I. I thought this bit of code would have kind of stopped that problem. So I want to just check actually if we have got all these Planton classes. So if I just go on to, let's find out if they have actually been attached, or at least to the first one. Oh, okay, now that's interesting. So what we probably need to do is, now I've got to remember how to do this. Not that this is going to fix everything straight away, but we've got this individual Planton class. And I was told a while ago there was a way of... Is it just something like serialized field? Does that mean that we can now see it? Let me just do that, see if that actually works. Because that's one thing that I always found a bit confusing. So let's have another quick look over here. Because what I must have missed something here. Because what I kind of want is another variable to system dot if it's brilliant, that's probably it. Let's have a look, because this won't actually, so is it just a system here? Although it's given me a serializable, and hopefully that'll mean that I can just see it, because I want to be able to see it in the inspector. So let's find out if I've fixed everything. So it's this one here. Yes, brilliant. Okay, right. So what we let's have a look. So potentials. So we're actually kind of we're one step closer essentially. We've just got to work out why this is giving us grief, but we now we can see it, because I think it was, I can't remember, it might have been KO2 fan who showed me that it's like, now you can just see all the classes, which is just brilliant. So yeah, we just got to work out what am I doing wrong here. So what I could do actually, right, okay, I think I know the problem. When we're loading, it's as if... So what I can do, I just kind of want to have, again, sort of working, even though it's a little bit slow, we're just debug.log, open brackets, and we just want to know the actual length of the individual Planten class length. So there's a good chance this might be 0, and this is probably why we're getting a rough time of it. So I probably should do a little bit of text just so I know what it is. Planten length, and I might have just loaded it wrong. Plus that dot to string. There we go. Right, okay. So this will hopefully tell me how many Planten classes we've got. So in theory it should be 28. It is 28 apparently. Okay, so what have I done? So we're going through all the classes. We're saying if this I is less than... That is confusing, because this, I'm sure this should be fine. So what we can do, and actually I wonder if, let me just do something even bolder, which might, I kind of want to do that same thing. So is it system.serializable right at the top of there, because that's my new trick of the day, so we can actually see it. If I just press play now, hopefully we can get to look at it, and then see what the problem is. So that will be attached to here, won't it? So no, not there. Over. Oh, it's right at the bottom. So if we have a look over here, we just want to see if we can see the Big Daddy map class. Big Daddy map class. Right, so we've got all the information. The individual Planten classes here. Oh, and we can see them all individually. So this is all the stuff that we need. Just got to work out why it's not accepting it. It's very interesting. So could it be? No. Right. Anyway, this is like, having this is going to make life so much easier for when we're doing more stuff in the future. So let me just break down, go through each line at a time. So I think, to be fair, we've shown that that's 28, and I just want to confirm that is 28. It's showing that there is 28. We've looked, there's definitely 28. And here, this is what I must have just missed this, because we want to make sure that when it actually comes... to... Because, yeah, like I say, there's 28 Planton classes and 30 islands, which is something that we can sort of fix out. Oh, by the way, Code Red, that was actually really helpful. I really appreciate that. That's properly helped me out a lot. So we've just got to work out why we're getting the error message. So it's saying something's out of bound. It should never really be this because... in fact, let's just double check that though. So we just want to check that there are 30 CI classes in which there are, and you can get to all of them. That's fine. And then the Planton class, we're going to hopefully assign it eventually. So we just put a debug everywhere because it's that sort of scattergun. Just try and get everything we need. Control C, Control V, I. And the purpose of doing this is we can find out if it's having a problem straight off the bat or if it's having a if it's having a problem a bit later. Okay, so this looks all good. So Control S. So we're going to get... Oh. Okay, so let's find out exactly what's happening. So we've got the debug log. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot, I think. I think I'm such an idiot. Yeah, I'm such an idiot. There's one of these is in the wrong place. I can't quite work out why, but it's a more than or less than issue. So if this length is greater than I, but it might be I minus 1. I have a feeling it's I minus 1 because I minus 1. I was so happy. I was thinking it must be less. So what we're doing essentially, we've got 28 bad boys held in this, right? And we want to check that if the 28 is either 20. Yeah, if the I is either 28 or 29. So I think this has fixed it. It has just been me just slightly getting it the other way round. But let's give it another shot. Okay. Right. Oh no, no. Hold on. Right. Let's go back on there. Let's go lower this. Let's find out what's wrong now. Okay. It's giving me the exact same issue. So I must be. Yeah. Sorry. I know that I've done something wrong here. I think I might just have to go back, work it the other way. So if I is greater or equal to that, I think that's it. Okay, I had to just work through it backwards. I'm pretty sure. So if I is, oh no, I is less. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's it. Let me give this another try. Okay, no error messages. Right, and now we can just check to see that all of these have the... that's the wrong one. All the tiles have the correct Planton. So that's fine. Potentials... there is one potential, which is a small monster. Okay, and then the next one along is around here, which has got one potential, which is add construct. Okay, all right, right. That's now that we have that fixed, we can then start creating the tiles that we need. And I'm going to create an exact copy. I'm going to use the same thing to create the tiles. Set up tile, right. And then we're going to kind of like fix things, you know, one by one, try and work out where they are. So Destiny tile class, Destiny tile script. So this should be okay, because I kind of want to have all the tiles like in corners, so you can have up to like 4, but I don't know that yet, but we're gonna kind of work that out. So what's actually happening in here? We are setting up a tile. I think this is actually going a little bit. If we set up a plantain, right. I've just got to work out how they're created in the first place, to be honest. So let's go find all these references. Like I say, my plan is with this whole script here, there's a bunch of stuff that we don't need anymore, and I'm essentially just trying to sort of scrounge and find all the useful bits from it. So create tile on plantain. So we're going to do something. This is what we were after. We just need to change some of the code. So I'm going to copy this. Control C, Control V, and we'll call it create tile on island, and then we're just going to go through bit by bit exactly what we want to do. So what are we using as what do we actually need? We probably need the plantain script. In fact, we might not even need the plantain script at all. I think we just need oh no, maybe we do need the plantain scripts. No, let's find out anyway. Let's just go bit by bit, try and work out what we need, because in theory all we actually need is the central island class, which I'll call lowercase ci class. Actually no, I should just call it central island class, that's fine. Okay, so Destiny scripts, create tile on island. Yes, okay. So and I think we might need, yeah, actually I can change that. Sorry, just changing bits of the code, but hopefully we're keeping the main thing. I might end up just deleting all of this, but let's go find out. So we can actually have for int I equals 0, I less than central island class dot plantain class dot potentials dot length. I plus plus. So we're essentially finding out all the tiles, and that's held within these potentials. So we're going to probably use something like this. Destiny tile script, yep, which we can create. We can just change it a bit later. And we're instantiating this at hopefully we've got easy access to this map tiles, this map test script. I think, you know, I'm dancing around the subject. We probably should make this a public static map test script instance. And yeah, we should make this a singleton, or otherwise, yeah, because we're going to need access to it from a lot of things. So instance equals this. Yeah, if I don't do this now, we're gonna be struggling a bit later, I think. So what we're actually looking to do is have we're looking to instantiate it on Now, let me see if I can get this correct. Map test script dot instance dot map tile trans, and this should be central island class dot x central island class dot y, and for the time being I'm just going to have y plus 1. Actually, why don't we just have y plus I? Make life... No, because then it will be on the same place. I plus 1 plus I. Okay. So when we're actually creating the tiles, we're finding the point in which we need to create it, and then we're getting hold of this script. Fantastic. Okay. And then what's happening over here? We also probably oh, I think I made a bit of a mistake. I should have actually, yes, we haven't actually stated what we're creating, so it's going to be the tile go. Like I say, this is a big transformation, so I'm making quite a few changes in one go. So we're creating the tile go, we're then saying it's going to be the child of this particular island, and obviously we'll fix these numbers, it will look a little bit nicer later. And then at this point here, the local position of this DTS is going to just be, I think we can just change it to vector 3.0. Now there's a good chance when we create these tiles they're going to be way bigger than they need to be, but like we'll worry about that later. Right, so let's see what we can do with this bit. So at this point here, I actually want to put this. So we're kind of moving bits, more and more bits into the Destiny class. So Destiny tile class. So dot tile sprite. Huh. Oh, okay. This doesn't matter too much. This is actually specifically just the actual, not the image that's going to be on the tile, it's just what the tile looks like. And I've decided to just give it a random number, which is no problem. And the reward, let's have a look, is going to be something from here. I think it's going to be, yeah, these potentials, it's going to be that. So Control C, Control V. Okay. So if, yep, and then this still all makes sense. Okay. So at this point here, we're then saying if the, like it's saying reward, but it's just the actual tile outcome is equal to any of these, then we're going to assign it to central island class dot underscore plantain class dot potential monsters I. Okay. And now all of this here probably is really important. So let's try and work out what's going on here. So first of all, I think to get rid of some of these squiggly, so that is the Destiny Plantain script, which I don't think we really need. Destiny tile script. I don't think we need that. And then this is the point in which we're setting everything up. And then Destiny tile script. I think we don't, this can just become a void. We will get errors because I'm doing quite a lot of things in one go. But let's just see how far along this gets us. So I'm just going to press Control Save, and then when we're somewhere over so at this point here, when we're assigning the Planton class, we're then going to be going Destiny Planton master script tile dot instance dot, and I've forgotten what the function was called. Create tiles on island. Create tiles on island, and we can just simply put in a CI class. We're just going to put in our current CI class. Okay, right. This won't work. This won't work. Right. This is one of those times where I know it won't work first time. I mean, legitimately, it'll be like, this is one of those times where kind of like, I think we got about a 1% chance of this working first time. But what we're hoping to do, we press play and we're going to see a bunch of tiles on each island. Now, I'm pretty sure we're going to run into an error message before that. I know that's like the pessimistic part of me, but it's more of the realist. But let's find out what happens. Oh, hang on. Oh, just a sec. Looks like we're actually doing okay. So, Destiny map tile. Hold on. So we've actually this kind of is looking okay. All we need to do now is oh, by the way, I watched a really good. Hold on. So this is the Destiny tile, the actual tile itself, and the tile bot. So we just need to make the ordering layer maybe front, and then this bit front, and probably there should be, oh, over here this bit needs to be front as well. So we're actually kind of getting there. I don't want the tiles to be this big, but that shouldn't be too hard, because actually let's try and work out. So at the moment these are obviously far too big, but let's just say we went 0.25, Control Z, we can change it all here to 0.25 by 0.25. Is that actually about the size of an actual tile? So that actually looks quite good. So I'll leave that there. I'm now going to just see what happens when we go to the next thing. So it has actually created it more or less at the right place, I believe. Yeah. So we just need to make the Destiny tiles significantly smaller, and I think the sensible way of doing that would be to let me just try and work out the sensible way of doing that. So what's going to happen eventually is you'll be able to have all these tiles that are going to look like this. So you move to the next island, then you work out what you're going to press. So I think it needs, all the images need to be quarter the size. So I think all we really need to do is now I've got to think what would actually make the most logical sense here. And part of I think we need to find this Destiny tile map, because I don't want to get rid of old stuff that we might use later. So I'm going to stop now. Destiny tile go, this bad boy. Okay, now I've got it selected, I can press X there. We can find out where it's created. So this is Destiny stuff. And yeah, this is doing the job like fine, but we're going to go, I'm going to press Control D to duplicate it. and I'm going to change it to island tile go, and we're going to go into this bad boy, and then we're going to make some changes. I mean, can I just get away with just going 0.25, 0.25, 0.25? That should more or less fix it. But what we also need to do is, if I just select all of these and go from default to front, then we just need to make sure that we're creating the island tile, not the other one, and then we're kind of doing pretty strong. So yeah, we're surprisingly enough, right, I won't lie, that worked. That was a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be. Right, so let's go to this definition. We're going to create a new thing here, which is going to be private game object, and we'll just call it island tile go. I'm looking forward to eventually revisiting this whole script and just getting rid of all the things we don't need. So that's why I'm not just changing this tile go, because I like just to know that I've got access to this if ever I need it for whatever reason. So now we can just go island tile go equals resources dot load game object. Yeah, one thing that's a little bit annoying with the sort of follow thing, like I even tested it with Streamlabs and it works when I'm testing it, but it doesn't actually work in real life. So I'm not sure exactly why. So I do apologise if ever there's anything that is occurring on if ever there is a follow or anything. I've kind of got to look at my screen to know that that happens. So we just need to get this here, copy path, chuck this in here, get rid of all the stuff that we don't need. Right, and then we need to make sure we're creating the island island tile go. Okay. So now we should be kind of looking pretty good. So now what are we hoping to see? We're hoping to see the island tiles, one on each island except for 20, oh yeah, except for the last two. So let's go on full screen, play maximized. So yeah, so it's going to look a little bit like this. Oh yeah, of course. I probably need him to be above. Oh, Weirdbeard Dev, rock and roll. Yes, yeah, it's actually going really, really well. Yeah, I'm making some nice progress here. I'm trying to make the whole like map like look a little bit better. Because yeah, at the moment the old screen, the dowdy old grey Destiny map, it just sort of frustrates me a bit. So what's going to happen eventually is you're going to be I think I even can click on some of these tiles, but you're going to like be presented in an island where you'll have either one choice or multiple choices where you can just click the thing to go further. So yeah, this is looking a lot better. Right, now we have got to right, so let me just have another quick look, try and work out where we're actually going. So obviously we kind of want the camera to pan in on and I think I kind of want the camera to, once the island has been made, I want the camera to be in a sort of central point, and then like a central zoomed out point, and then sort of focus on where Nina is on the map. So I think I probably need to do that before we progress any further. So let's have a look, and I think we can probably do it all on this script here. So let's edit this script, and let's find out exactly what's going down. Right. So I made a bit of a mistake. I think here we don't need this. That's actually quite an important thing to do. So let's just go find out what's. So I'm going to do sort of some green notes to try and work out exactly all the stuff that we need to do. That always seems to work. So we're going to find out most center tile, which probably makes sense. Click camera there. Click camera there. Start with camera zoomed out. Zoom in on Nina. That sounds pretty good, and we kind of want it to be busy, so so that shouldn't be too hard. So let's just go through all these green tiles. Oh, what about yourself though, Weird Beard? Dev, how's everything rocking your side? Oh. Right. So we've also got to kind of make sure that the camera itself is. So how do we find this, the most central tile? It will be int x cam x equals it's going to be so that's all we need. We just need cam trans, not cam trans, sorry, map tile trans. That's it. That's the key thing that I was after. Plus the where were we? Okay, yeah, this is it. Map tile trans dot get length 0 over 2. I think that's still fine, and then Control C. That'll just be 1. So this is just finding, essentially we now know that we want our cam trans dot position to equal new vector 3 map tile trans cam x cam y. Actually, let's go make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Cam vec vector 3 cam vec equals this. Control X, Control V. Equals that dot position, and the important thing as well, we need to have cam vec dot z equal -10, or otherwise we're going to run into the same problem we did before, where the camera is literally right in the game and it can't see anything because it's pushing through. Right. Let's have a look. So now we're just setting the cam trans dot position equal to cam vec. Okay. Right. Where are we going next? We kind of want, now this is where it requires an awful lot of maths. So before I do any of this, I'm going to come back to this, don't worry. I don't want to accidentally create any problems. In fact, I can probably leave that in, that's no worries. but we need to work out exactly how much distance in between each tile is, because I just can't remember. I think it's quarter of a unit. So yeah, that's good. That's fine. So what we would want is, if I just do the, actually I can probably just do the maths now, but the height in actual tiles is 60, right? So and in between each tile here, if we're looking at the Y, oh, it's 0.5. Okay, so what we can actually do the maths to work out how much we need to zoom out so that we cover the whole screen. And I just want to main camera. Oh yeah. Okay, we might have the slight problem that we're going to get some bits of screen that we don't need, which there's probably plenty of easy ways behind it. But the orthographic size is the number of tiles between the center and the top, I believe, right? So we know that from bottom to top is 60, but they're only half, so it's 30, and it's 15. Yes, right, 15 is what we're after. Okay, 15 was the key number, but let's go add one more to that as well, or maybe two more. That seems fine. So I do want the player to have the ability at any point to just kind of have that screen, but like when we're actually summoning, I want it to start like that and then pan in on where Nina is at this precise moment. Okay, so so it's going to be 17. Yeah, okay. So cam vec, that's good. And now we need access to the actual physical camera itself, which is main cam. And we've got so main cam dot orthographic size equals, oh no, that's the boolean. Oh, Lake here as well. Oh my gosh, I tell you, we're getting proper all-star cast today. This is awesome. Oh, how's it all going? Orthographic size. Oh, wicked. Right, so we need to have float of open brackets map tile trans dot get length, and it's actually Z1 because it's the Y value that we're after, over 2.0f, and then we can actually just have plus 2 seems fine. Oh, wicked. Yeah, we're working on we're just working on getting the camera to sort of start zoomed out and then pan in. So I think that's about what it is, but I want it to be quite quick as well. In fact, we can work out. So yeah, actually, you know what? I'll just do this manually here. So float time equals 0 while time is less than 1.0f, time plus equals time dot delta time, and yeah, I've just got to work out the exact maths. So let's find out how we actually made the camera move before and use similar code to that, so we're not. So what's actually happening over here? Focus camera on current island. We might be able to just do that function. Let's find out. If cam focused. Okay. So this is. Oh yeah, actually, it's not going to be quite that easy. We're going to use this. We're going to create another function which is going to be similar to this. We're going to use bits of it, but it's probably easier just to copy and paste it and then just create another version. that deals with when it's fully zoomed out, because I do want the player to be able to zoom out and in so they can have an idea as to what's going on in the game. So focus camera on current island from zoomed out. Focus camera, yeah, from zoomed out. Control C. I think I should get awards for having the longest function names. Actually, it reminds me actually a few. Like it must have been actually maybe 6 months ago. I was trying to create a class, and I made a function where you had to put in all of the like arguments so that I could set the class. And I had this massive long sort of thing, and it was the most complicated thing ever. And I think KO2 fan helped me out like with a like much better system. I was like, why didn't I use that system from the start? Focus camera on. Yep, so all of this is fine. Now let's just have a look at what's going on here, and we might be able to just... So ortho size is not going to be equal that. Actually, in fact, do we need to worry about this at all? I don't think so. I don't think we need to worry about that, actually. We can hopefully... In fact, we can probably use a lot of this code. I just don't... we don't really need this cam focused thing. So what we're actually looking to do... No, in fact, let's get rid of that, because that's just going to confuse things. And get rid of that. Destination vec equals this there. Fantastic. Right. And that equals that. Right. We don't need to worry about any of this click nonsense. In fact, let's go get rid of this click. I'm probably getting rid of more stuff than we need. You know when it's like, yeah, let's copy this. And I'm just sort of bashing all the bits that we don't need from it. There's probably not much that we do need. I just feel like it's probably better to actually use similar code anyway. Okay. So destination vec equals that. I mean, okay, it's like my defense. These two lines here are really good. These are really important. Except for I don't think we need that. Okay, they're mostly good. And I don't think we need that one. So we're going to move to position. We don't need this either. In fact, let's get rid of this. Okay, so we're moving to the vec, and I kind of want to zoom in at the same time. So let's go. So in fact. I'm going to Control C and Control X. We're going to put all this stuff in into here somewhere. Right, hopefully that's all good. So we definitely need all of this. Probably all of this as well. Okay. Right. And we kind of want to work out, yeah, this is where we just require just a little bit of maths. So time plus equals that. I'm just going to have float starting ortho size equals main cam dot orthographic size. So we're starting at 17. It might be zooming in a bit fast. We can probably make it go over 2 seconds instead. So 2 and that over 2.0f. Okay. That just makes it so much easier if this is always 1. So right, and then let's go make it a little bit current current ortho size equals starting ortho size. I'm probably putting more variables than we need. So 2.5 is our target. Current ortho size. We're going to have another float here. Float. I'm just going to call it ortho size range equals starting ortho size. I don't need all of these variables. Minus 2.5f. Okay, right. So we're adding the time here, and then current ortho size equals starting ortho size minus open brackets time times by ortho size range, and then main cam equals current ortho size main cam dot ortho size equals that, and then we're just going to have main cam dot orthographic size equals 2.5f, because I think that's what we decided. 2.5 was the fully zoomed in version, and we don't need any of that. Okay, all right. It turns out I didn't really need to hijack another function. It turns out we changed every single aspect and element from it, that we've got a different function altogether. Never mind. So that's good. We just need to now, I think, I'm going to keep all these green bits together, and we're going to have focus camera on central island from zoomed out. So we're going to do that function, and then we're just going to have while cam busy yield return null. So what are we hoping to happen? What we're hoping to happen is we press play, the camera's going to start panned out, and then in fact we could probably even wait a little bit. Sorry, we kind of want to go float time equals 0 while time is less than, say, 1.0f time. Oh, hang on. Yeah. I just thought there was something that I've missed, I think. Yeah, we just want to wait 1 second and then go down. So 3 seconds isn't the end of the world to wait. But we yeah, we need to put a yield return null there, otherwise we'd get all sorts of problems. Okay, right, I think we're ready. Okay, right, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work first time? Right, we're gonna play it on maximize. I want when it goes wrong, I want my shame to just be shown on the big screen. Right, okay, come on. Okay, all right. That is actually kind of what I wanted. I can't really argue with that. Let me just, I think the slight problem obviously is, why is it waiting that half a second? Yeah. So that shouldn't still be, that's kind of what we're after. Now we've got a multitude of things that we can do here. There is I think we just change the camera color to whatever color this is. So I'm just going to get hold of that. And then things will look maybe slightly better. So, and here's where we can just do the little dab thing. So I just click here and then just dab that. Okay, so now there's still that incident. There's still that problem of yeah. Okay, so how do we make that look a little bit better? I just kind of want to have a look at it just a couple of times, just try and work out. Does that zoom out far too far? Probably. It is enough to cover all the thing. Oh, hang on a sec. It does zoom out far too far. Okay, yeah, I knew there was a problem there. We've got, I think, I must have just slightly miscalculated something here. Because that zooms out, I think that's like twice as much. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so let's go find out what's up. So the orthographic size is somehow 32 here, and it should be 17. So I've obviously done some maths wrong somewhere. Yeah, and I'm intrigued as to how I reached that conclusion. So let's find out. All we need to do is just have a debug.log maincam.orthographic size, and that bit of weighting we should actually weight within the thing. So I'm going to go Control X. We should have zoomed out beforehand. So I'm going to do that there, but we'll get another error message there, which is no problem. Okay. Right. Okay. So we just got to find out why is it 32? I'm sure it should be 17, but that's probably because we're trying to divide integers in half. So. Oh yeah, also I kind of want it to be zooming in at the same time. So first of all, right, the length of that is 60. I think it might just have to be over 4 here. I think that bit's fine. But I also wanted to I wanted it to move, but I wanted it to move and zoom in at the same time. So yeah, so we actually want Control C. No, that might lead to some problems. Let me try and work this out. Yeah. Oh, nice. I think like out of all the musical instruments, I spent about 6 or 7 years trying to play the guitar to no avail, but the piano makes a bit more sense to me. I've been learning sort of chords and stuff. Yes. Ah, thanks for the luck. Right. Anyway, so yeah. Yes. Oh, this is the intended. This is my intended demographic. It's like kind of where you can just kind of just chill, just relax, and yeah, watch me ramble to myself for a while. Right. Let's have a look. So we kind of want to have. Let's see. I think that should be fine. You know, when like I always think of certain problems which are so specific, but I'm going to just say this particular this could never no. Hold on, Control Z. I think I'll leave it like that. So hopefully it will zoom in at the same time and the camera won't be off. So let's give this a shot. Oh, nice. Oh, I haven't heard of Musician. Is that actually a way of learning? Is that like actually having like an iPad and a sort of app where you actually learn the piano as it sort of teaches you? Right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if this does slightly more of what we're after. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Okay. Right. Fantastic. Right. I realised Red Bull goes through me, so I'm going to just be right back in 1 second. Be right back. All right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, that took me a little while. Let's rock. Yeah. Okay. Um, oh yeah. Sorry, I'm just intrigued with the musician thing. Um, yeah, that sounds really cool actually. Like, because I do want to. I think I've learned with the pianos. I've learned like the basic sort of major chords and minor chords. And I'm quite good at kind of sound like making sort of background music, sort of non memorable background music that you're like, oh yeah, cool. I could imagine this being played in the background of like a bar scene or something. Right. So what we kind of want to do as well is we want the ability. So that's almost right. So we can actually make this look a lot better if we have our open, if when we actually open the scene, which shouldn't actually be too hard. I think we can just do it from so let's have a look. So first of all, we don't need that anymore, and we want this bit here to go on top of this. We probably don't need these green notes, but it's very useful to have them, just like when you need them. Yeah. Right. So that's gonna. So this is gonna create it. But we kind of. I want it to create all of this, but have a black screen in front of it so that you can't see anything. So how would we do that? We probably want to have something like master.instance.open scene. Let me just have a look at this function, find out exactly what happens. Go to definition, open scene, scale. Oh yeah, this looks fine. Okay, so we just need to input the scale that we've got. And would it be super cocky and arrogant to actually put all of this within the opening zoom in function. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's go into here. Cam busy. Open scene. We kind of want the right number here. So I'm just kind of doing a bit of experimenting here. Oh, it needs to be an orthographic size. So yeah, we need to put in an integer. So if I that's just going to be +3. Okay, and then we just want to have while master. Let's have another look back in here. Go to definition. While it's busy. Okay, that's fine. While master script dot instance dot busy yield turn null. So what I'm kind of hoping to happen is, well, we'll play, we'll see how it works, and then see if this looks any better. Exactly what we were after. Right, let's have a look. So I think it actually needs to have zoomed out already. So let me just put this somewhere slightly more useful. So it's there. The orthographic size has gone out. We don't need that anymore. I think this will look okay. Right, okay. So it's kind of like, a bit like Guitar Hero, but with a real guitar. That's not quite what I was after, actually. Let me, let's go play focused. Pause. Okay, it's still creating all of that. Definitely feels like the, yeah. So, first of all, let's go get one thing sorted. We've got a yield return null somewhere that we don't need. It's just confusing things. So, this bad boy, let's get rid of this. That'll make life a bit easier. So, essentially, we're creating the island, then we're getting the camera in the right place. So I'm actually going to press pause now and then press play. Okay, that's good. So it does feel that this is a bit bigger than it needs to be. If this was divided by 2, oh, hold on. Control Z. We just got to work out, because I've just got to work out the scale, the size scale that this needs to be, because it has done the size that I want it to be, but that's obviously clearly too big. Let me just have a look. So camera main, the orthographic size is that. That's obviously too big. If we just did, let's see what happens if it's 9. What about if it's 4.5? Oh, it's because it's attached to the camera. Don't think it matters. Okay. So, in fact, we don't need... there's some things we don't need at all. Let's just try and work this out. Looking at the wrong bit. So, I was... where we've got the open scene, because the camera can be zoomed in and out at different places, I kind of assumed that I would need to set the scale for it to be quite big, but I believe I've actually got code in there that just deals with that for me. So let's just try this. That was exactly what I was after. Right, no, that wasn't exactly what I was after. Okay, we might need to have a look into this open scene thing, and make this a bit tidier. And then, like, I won't spend too long on this because I want to start getting the buttons to actually do things. See, I'm always a bit fearful of free trials, because, like, ones where, like, as soon as it gets to the end, it just charges you automatically. Right, so open over here. So let's. So this should be fine. Go to definition. In fact, let's go find all the references that we've used. No. Let's go find all these references. Okay. So all we really need to do is, when we're opening this scene here, we kind of want to give a reference to the transform of, to where the camera trans is, so that it kind of attaches it to it, and then it kind of has. So this shouldn't take too long though. Let's go to this definition over here. Right, what's actually happening? Yes, that's the scale. That should be fine. Move to a local. So we are attaching it to something, because why would I be using local position? Let's go back in. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So let's just add. Oh yeah. Right. Let's go. This is going to be a little bit confusing. Let me just try and work out the easiest way of doing this. Let's just do that and do that, and then we're going to have a few problems. Find all references, and we just need to put in the number 1 here, because I think that should be giving me an error message. If I did that, there's the error message. Cool. Over here we just put 1. Yeah, okay. Right, now that we've done that, we can add a whole extra layer of confusion to everything. So where we have here, we kind of want another argument, which will be cam trans equals null. Sorry, transform cam trans equals null. Control C, Control V. So, and we don't really need that, I don't think. Okay, right. So now we have the option of giving the camera, giving an argument of the camera, but we don't have to, because we've got this bit of code here. So now, let's see if it's as easy as this. Control C. So first of all, we're just saying, by the way, this screen transitioner does exist. Okay, right. If cam trans is not equal to null, then we're going to do something. Else, we're going to do this, and then just get rid of that. Okay, and then we're going to do similar code to this. Except instantiate there, but we want it to have the parent of the cam trans. Okay, right. But that's a good point. Gliss, are you looking to learn an instrument as well? Okay, so let's find out. Let's actually go back into this screen transitioner script and work out if it's actually going to do the thing that we want it to do. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I wanted to Control S. Let's go into here. Local position equals vector dot 0. Oh yeah, that's fine. So what we're actually doing, we kind of want the local position let's first of all, let's see what happens. We just need to actually comma. Let's see. I don't think this will work, but we just want to see, like, if it doesn't work, why? Because I think I know it won't. I think I know why it won't work, but let's give it a try. Oh, that's actually, you know what? That's almost there. Okay, we are very close now. Because what we need to do now is essentially let me keep all of this because this is probably good stuff, but we're going to change this slightly. So equals new vector 3 0.0 f comma 0.0 f comma minus 10.0 f minus 10. Okay, why am I doing all this? And that's because you've got to make sure that it's physically in front of the camera, and this is going to help towards that. And that should be minus 10.0 f minus 10.0 f. What have I done wrong? Oh, I see what I've done. That's fine. I put it in the wrong place. Okay, so I want to first of all see if this works and see if it's messed up at the other iterations of it. Okay. Okay, so that still didn't quite work, but that's okay because we can work out where the screen transition, what the position is. So if I do this pause, got very zoomed out right now. So this bad boy here, it's saying minus 10. Oh, does it need to be plus 10? Oh no, it needs to be plus 10, I think. So if that was, yeah, okay. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think that this needs to be plus 10. Because we're essentially making it in front, I was getting things confused. But we want to see if this works and if it works for all the others. Okay. All right. Well, we're getting closer. Play maximize. Let's just try and work out what's going wrong here. It's clearly too small. So we just need to make, I guess, the orthographic size bigger. It might be as simple as me just simply, I'm looking in the wrong thing, map test script over here. when we're opening the scene, it looks like it just needs to be twice as big, but I can't work out why. Let's just give this a try. That's better. It's definitely better. If I was to make it 3 times bigger, would that just solve the problem altogether? So, you know what? Sticking with it. Sticking with it. That's fine. Okay, right, now we're on the mission to get these things to do things. All right. So now these I've got these tiles here that are like a darker like green. That was kind of mainly so it was a lot clearer and concise. They don't actually need to be that dark green, so I might just kind of change that. It's just I wanted to make that change. So let's go straight into this thing. I'll go back onto thing here, but we want to work out how to get this thing to do the thing that we want it to do. Okay. So box colliders. So what I kind of want to do is I want to work out where the box collider is. Okay, so it is covered over there. And if I kind of like zoom all the way out and go like this, clear, just trying to work out if it does actually hover over. Oh no, of course, yeah. So we're just trying to work out exactly. Essentially, we're like, because when we're creating the box, it creates a very fixed position, and I'm trying to work out what I need to do to try and activate it so that it works. But that's okay. We're going to go into the code. We're going to try and fix it. Yeah, so at the moment that's not activating, but I'm sure there's plenty of good reasons as to why. Let's just try and make our way through it, because I feel like I've done a good sort of like 90% of this code, and it's a matter of just kind of fixing the rest. So edit script, and then we're going to clear some tabs at the top because it's getting a bit confusing. Right. Right, so that's a very good point. I was trying to work out how much I'd want to charge my game for, and I'm still not entirely sure. One thing which I kind of take, which most people don't really take pride in, but I genuinely am terrible when it comes to any sort of business acumen. I really have no idea. And I kind of, the only thing which I've learned that I know anything about business was, incidentally, when I worked behind a bar, I actually got really, really good sales, but the reason, I didn't make an awful lot of sense as to why, because we were always told, you got to try and upsell, you got to constantly try and upsell things, and I literally did the opposite. The only time I'd ever try and upsell an offer was if it worked out they were saving money. So I'd be kind of looking, I'd be kind of on the customer's side. I'd be like, well, how much, so I'm absolutely terrible at it. And I think, I'm thinking maybe potentially sort of like $3.99 or something. But I want to make sure the game's, properly good at the moment, because at the moment it still needs a lot of work. Right, so we'll be just clearing space. Master script, probably need that a bit later. Oh, we probably need that as well. Don't need that. Don't need that for the time being. Probably need that. Okay, right. So what does this one do? Set up. Upon pointer instance, create a single info go. Okay, so I just want to have a little, we want to just check that this one works okay. So debug dot log. Hey. Right. Oh, I have a feeling I haven't actually set this up, but let's find out. Let's find out if we get the debug log. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah. Given how much you already have in the itch version, you need to charge at least £5, and by full game, depending on how much you add closer to. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I think the like I intentionally, as much as I want like people like yourselves to play the game, it is at the moment that is the raw like bones of what I actually do want in the game. I know. I think Slay the Spire was. I think Slay the Spire might have even been like free. I can't remember. But it's just like in the same way because mine, like for example, with your game, when you made a with your demo, you get a really good chunk of the game, like as in you had properly fleshed out your demo really well, Lakia, and kind of like. So kind of like you was like, oh yes, this is good, and then it was like, oh no, but I want to build more of my station, you know. Right, so let's find out if we get the debug log. Oh, that's interesting. We're not. Why is that not the case? Let's find out. Island tile. So we have got we've clearly got the box collider, and it's hovering over and it's not working. Let's find out. Upon point at enter. Oh yes, yes, I know what the problem is. It's something that I could have spent hours trying to work out, right? Because there's no way anyone would casually. No, I don't want the box collider. Right, okay, right. What I'm about to do now, all I can say is the reason you're doing all of these is because this is what you need to do. So physics raycaster 2D, and then. We want to go UI and event system. Why do we need to do that? Because it doesn't work if not. So I think that's all we need to do. Let's find out if it's working now. Okay. So that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, right. Now I'm intrigued as to what's going to happen here. So you can actually still press that, and then the screen goes there. That's fine. Okay, we're actually making some good progress. Believe it or not, we're making good progress. Right, so what we're looking to do now is where we're creating this screen, we're actually looking to create this screen so that it kind of fits the camera quite nicely. So I'm going to do a little bit of like playing around, trying to work out exactly where it needs to be. So if we were to... hold on. I was kind of looking to attach it to the camera, but that's going to be quite difficult. But yeah, a little bit of playing around. So we can use a lot of the code that we've got already. So we want it to be roughly in the center of the camera, and I have a feeling that that needs to be half the size. So so it's this Destiny text box here. If that's 0.5, 0.5, that's about the size that we were looking to get. Okay. So when we're creating it, we're going to create these boxes proportional to where the camera is, which again shouldn't be too hard. We just need to go back into our into this one. This is the script that we've just kind of butchered. We've taken all the bits out of it that we want, and now we're just kind of like getting more stuff, and so it should be fine. Okay, so what I probably should have done as well was get hold of I needed to get hold of something and I can't remember what it was. yeah, it will just be Destiny map, Destiny text box, find all references. Okay. So upon instantiating it, so this is where we're creating the Destiny box. What we want to do is we want to create it and make it a child of the camera, and then work out, then kind of go a bit further after there. So, so I'm right, thinking out loud. Yeah. So. For the time being, right, this is just, I'm not going to keep this code, but I just want to see what happens if we do this. This will be map test script dot instance dot camtrans, and then let's go to definition, summon. This is the bit where it's getting, where it's growing to size. Oh yeah, of course, I've done all of this. So what we would want here is for the whole Destiny text box. The base trans is what we're after, that's it. Base trans dot local position equals new vector 3 0.0f 0.0f 10.0 10.0f. Okay, and we'll see what that looks like. And then we're still probably going to run into problems, but that's okay. So summoning. Oh, this is the whole map that we've got. Okay, now we're at this point. Now we click this. Oh, that's so close. That's so close. Right. So that's very interesting, actually. So, so why did that not work? I think it's because I didn't save here. Okay, let's try again. Right. Summoning. Close. It's close. So what we actually need to do, because I do quite like these little tingly things, so we need to make this smaller. So how big is it at the moment? It's currently size 1, so we need to make this smaller, and we need to make sure these reflect where the corners are. So that shouldn't be too hard. And what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to copy this, and I kind of want to make it, we want to kind of change the name slightly. So create, I'll call it map text box, because yeah, create map text box, and we're just going to change all these words here. So that way we're not actually getting rid of any old stuff. So I've always got stuff to go back to if it doesn't work. Okay, and then we can then have cam transform cam trans equals map test script dot instance dot cam trans. Okay, so we've got hold of the transform, and we just need to go comma cam trans. We're just going to make sure that it's a child of this. Yeah, that's good. Alright. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this is because we can still go back to this if this one doesn't work. Yeah, so what are all the points in which we're calling this? Find all references. It's only once. So now I can put a little comma there. And we can just have create map text box. So I just want to check, now that we've done all of that, we're back in the original state that we were, I believe. Yeah, let's just double check that. Right, okay. Okay, good. We're back to where we were in the first place. I've got to work out what the... So everything... So this seems to be in front of everything. And so what we kind of need to do... Let me just fix something. So I put the tiles as in the front tier, whereas it probably doesn't need to be in that. So each of these tiles is 5. So essentially, all of these just need to be, say, I'll make it 7. But yeah, 7, but not in the front, in the default tier. So we're talking about layering here because the tiles are coming in front of everything else, which looks a bit silly. But that's very easily fixed. So if we just go into references, prefabs, Destiny stuff, island tile go, all of these. So we're going to have that as, say, 7. Oh no, hold on. Maybe this as 6. This as 7. And maybe this as 5. Hold on. No, okay, changing it. So that's the tile bottom. This is the tile on top of the tile. And this is the symbol that goes on top, 8. And then we just need to change all of these things here to default. Okay. So now that's just fixed a little problem. Just hopefully it'll mean the tile won't get in the way of everything else. Okay, right, so we press that. Okay, yeah, we've probably got to sort that out. Right, now we've got the fun task of making this look correct. So, so it is actually a child. It is the correct thing. So now we just need to change the function. So these bits line up. That everything lines up, basically. I just want to have one very last quick look at something. So what's happening when we click there? Okay. That's no problem. Easily fixed. Hopefully it'll be easily fixed. Right, so we probably don't need that anymore. Destiny text box. Right. So now right, the famous now speech. Okay. Let's go there. Oh yes, okay. I just wanted to check this is definitely the function that we're looking at. So what exactly is happening? So I believe the local position is in the correct place. And it's kind of just a matter of making sure. Do we actually have to shrink everything down? So let me just kind of try Destiny text box. If I go into this, so I'm just going to this is just going to be like, just see if this solves the problem altogether. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. If this were to be correct. So that's about the right size, isn't it? Yeah. And obviously we put this in the wrong place, but that's okay. Right, so we need to create the button, and we need to make sure these curly bits are in the right place as well. So these are the shapy trans. So yes, of course. Let's do another sensible thing. We're going to copy and paste summon text box for monster. I'll put map in capitals. We want to make sure we're calling that, so if we're being picky we should just get rid of this bit here. So that way again we're not getting rid of any old code, we're just creating a new version. So now we can actually play around with this without too much problems. We just need to have the word map here. Okay, so now we can make all these differences and it still won't actually have any big effect. Right. Right, so that's the wrong one, I'm looking at the wrong place. Okay, we're in here. Right. So the local position is that's what we want. So these pointy trans, what's happening? So we actually need to, so what's actually, where are they coming from? Okay, so I think these shapy trans, are we creating upon, oh yeah, right at the beginning we're doing that. Okay, that's fine. So the shapy things that we're referring to, these are the little shapes. So what we actually should do is for int I equals 0, shapy trans dot length, shapy trans I dot local position should equal vector 3 dot 0. And we're trying to work out the exact points in which they need to move. And I think, can we just go like move to point local? Yeah. So okay. Right, then we're going to see where where it actually sort of, see if that's relatively close to where it needs to be. I have a feeling they're going to zoom further out, but we're kind of like getting a little bit closer. I kind of slightly regret having this slightly long intro that we have to sit through every time we want to test something, but that's fine. Okay. So, these bad boys. -10. Oh, actually, I just want to make sure I'm actually selecting the correct thing. So -14, 6. Okay, I'm just looking at the positions here, trying to work out. In fact, it's actually probably easier to just physically put them here, and then we'll get a rough idea as to where we need them to be. So -5, -3.5. Okay. Oh, so So we're getting a bit of, so this is where it gets a little bit interesting. I think we just need to have divide by 2. Let me just give that a shot. Actually, it probably needs to be 0.0f. It gets a little bit confusing when when you're essentially attaching these things to things, and it's not dealing with the proportion, because I believe the thing is half the size, so it's going double the distance, maybe. Let's just see what that does, see if that just magically fixes it. If not, then we've still got plenty more things we can try. Okay, so I've clearly butchered something here. So let's go into this. If all of these were 0, 0. Okay. Oh, I think I know the problem. I'm looking at the wrong bit. Okay. So ignore all this. Right, take it away. Actually, no. Let's copy all this. We probably don't need this. Yeah. What was it they said at the end of Bullseye? Take it away. You know, here, have a look at what you could have won. Okay. So we just want, we want this. This is good stuff. Take that away there. I saw that one open. I thought that was the right thing. It wasn't. We wanted all of that to go over here. Okay, right. Now we might be good. Let's try this again. Right. I put it in the wrong place again, haven't I? No. This is correct. Right. So the numbers are still coming up wrong. I want to check that we are actually definitely calling this function. So let's just do a little debug. Debug.log. Can you read this? Just checking that we're in the right place. If not, I'll do a little bit of play. Yes, I know what the problem is. I know what we're struggling with. I think. Oh, maybe not. Let me have a look. Oh, okay. Right, what have I done wrong? Sorry, I'm getting lost in my own code here. So this is the getting seriously lost here. All right, let's have a look. So when we're creating a text box, right. So it should be, yeah. So let's just find out if the debug is there, and then we can work out. Then we can worry about other problems. I just want to check that. Right. So let's just clear all this. Yes. Okay. Right. We can read it. Okay. So I'm definitely making some sort of error here. So this one here, we've clearly told it to go to, is it 5 and 3.5? So that's where we've told it to go. But now that we know that we're in the right place, we can work out why it's going in the wrong way. Right. So this is inside the Destiny text box. Over here, we're setting the local position to 0. So at what point are we calling these again? Oh, this needs to be local. Okay. All right. I knew I'd missed something, so that's fine. So what we actually kind of need to do as well. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this should work now. I was just, you know, I don't know if anyone else has done this, where you spend ages working on the wrong function, and then you change a bunch of things of it, and then you realise, oh, hang on, I've been working on the wrong one the whole time. So where we've just got the original summon text box, we've got the word local here, which I'm going to intentionally get rid of. Yeah, that was just my own foolishness. Okay, so let's save. Right, okay. Yeah, this took a bit longer than I really feel it should have done. I do apologise. Okay, this time. Okay, right, that's good. That's good. And we can now move to the next step. So I'm just actually, let's just, you know, let me just toy with the concept. If that was there, and then we press play. Oh yes. Okay, so yeah, we're solving problems one at a time. So as it is, we still got a few things that we need to do as we progress. But we're, like I say, we're going to work on one thing, then the next, and we'll get our way through it. Because the problem that we've got is the in the Destiny map, you can click on your deck to check your deck, and I haven't dealt with that at all yet. But like I say, one thing at a time. So let's go back into here. And we just got to work out, there's a point where we instantiate this, and what we should do is have instantiate this one, and it should be I think, hold on, let me just try and do the maths here. Base trans dot position plus new vector 3 0.0f, and I think given that we're dividing everything by 2, I think 1.5f, and then quaternion dot identity. Oh, Grumbler Pugs! Oh, rock and roll! Yes! Oh, wicked! How's it going? Oh, awesome. I did actually. So, I'm a bit gutted because I like this is almost certainly an error with my control pad. But I actually hooked up. I've got actually. In fact, I can probably show it on stream here. I've got a sort of a USB SNES control pad, and I was playing your game, and everything works fine. And like I say, this is almost certainly a problem with my control pad. The issue that I had was when I tapped right on the D-pad, it seemed to just kind of keep going right up until I pressed like left or another direction. And I couldn't quite work out, but like I say, almost certainly a problem with my SNES. But it was still, surprisingly enough, it was still it was still actually quite a lot of fun. The only problem is it meant whenever I was I was like, oh, I just want to move a little notch to the right, and then it's just like, oh no, just keep running. But yeah, I thought I'd let you know. It's just as far as but you are entirely right. Apart from the fact that I had that moving right issue, it plays a lot better with a control pad. Yeah, it's because obviously this is a SNES control pad. It's not analog. It's just the D-pad. But yeah, it's just like it's probably worth getting a control pad that uses D-pad, seeing if you have that problem. Because if not, it's almost certainly a problem with mine. You've reached the end of your free trial on Musician. Right. So we are instantiating this victory button at this point here, though I think that needed to be minus, didn't it? Well, let's just see if it does create, and then we're going to sort out all the other problems in a sec. Okay. So there's the camera moving all the way in. Right, now, oh yeah, let's go click here. Right, that button's a bit big, but that's okay. Ah, and it still actually zooms into the yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're slowly but surely getting our way through this. So this needs to be local. We just need to change all of this. I'm just double checking that we're in the right function. Yes, it is the map one. That's good. Local and local. So that is all the things that we need. So what we kind of want to do is translate this information for when we're summoning a text box that isn't for the monster, and it's just for the other regular one. And I'm hoping that we're not going to run into too many problems throughout. So let's just double check all that works, and then we'll kind of proceed. An 8-bit demo. Oh, cool, nice. Oh, I see what you're saying, yes. Oh, yeah, no, in that case, it's probably a problem with either my PC or my control pad. Yeah, I just couldn't quite work out. Yeah, like I say, these control pads were quite cheap. I got them off eBay, and yeah, right. So that's good. Prepare to fight there. That's all fine. The screen transition we can kind of work on a bit later. Right. So what error message have we got there? Oh yes, deck script. So we haven't even created the deck yet. Oh yeah. But I wouldn't lose too much sleep over it. It was literally just a problem which I had that like could be like, because I recently got Windows 10 and I've had a few like little issues here and there. Yeah, like, but yeah, if you can't recreate it, it's a problem with mine, problem in my end. Right. So what we're going to do now is, I think we go as far as sorting out the deck checker, getting all of this sorted. Because I think when we go into the Destiny map, so this here, we're never actually calling this, but this is how we used to create it. So, so I think we just we're going to have all of this information. Somewhere. So this is the bit where we're instantiating the deck, and we're creating a very set place, and then we're summoning it. Let's go. Yeah, so we've got this copied. I've just got to work out a way of just basically putting it into our map test script. So actually, it really occurs to me I've got to do a few things here. Oh yeah, okay. In fact, it will make sense if I do just essentially just grab all. Oh, sorry, I was just grabbing the screen there. But yeah, it makes sense if I just grab all of this and then put it in the map test script, because as we're summoning, this is the whole creating the Destiny map bit. We want to this is so this is all the creating bit. Right, once everything's zoomed in, we then want to create all of this. But I wanted these red squiggly lines so we can just get all the information from the plans that we need. So this one here from our our dowdy old grey script. Control C. There is quite a lot. Yeah, I think we can have that over there, and we want the deck checker go. We want to get hold of that as well. And it feels like we're keeping game objects there, and we're keeping the scripts there. That's no problem. And we just need awake. Control C. And then upon awake here, about here, I guess, we're going to have deck checker. That seems fine. Okay, so now we've got the ability to create the deck checker here. So we're instantiating it. We've got to change this because at the moment it's just making it a flat position. So I think if we just go 3.5, 1.5, actually I still do want that. So Control X, and then that will be cam trans. So we're actually making it so that it's a child of the camera. And then we're just going to have underscore deck checker script dot deck trans dot local position equals that. Okay. I think we actually oh, actually also yeah, I've been watching a few good things lately, but I'm slowly I'm almost bleeding Netflix dry out of all the things to watch it. Is there anything good that anyone recommends? There's a good chance I'll just respond with seen it, but we'll find out. Right, okay. So. Okay, right. Oh yes, okay, that's almost good. That is almost good. Yeah, it is just that needs to be 10. And then we're getting there. We're getting there. Like, admittedly, like the camera is like the orthographic size of this camera is 2.5, whereas in the Destiny map it was 5. That's why this is looking a lot bigger. The Sinner first season. Okay, Sons of Anarchy, Designated Survivor, anything Star Trek. Okay, right. So Designated Survivor, I'm actually very intrigued with because I love 24 and it's got Jack Bauer in. I think I might have watched like literally the first episode when it was originally came out. So that's good. Okay, fantastic. Right, I'm going to add all of these, by the way. Merlin and Suits were also good. Oh yeah, Suits. I've enjoyed Suits. As I say, a lot of these things I might have watched already. Anything Star Trek. I think I've bled all of the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, which are fantastic. Absolutely love them, by the way. And like what I would consider a sort of spiritual successor is the Orville, which is really good. Yeah, so I'm gonna we're rewatching Voyager. Yes, you know what? I think on an episode per episode basis, I think Voyager is like one of the best Star Treks. Yes, okay, right. So we've actually got quite a few things to fix here. So the camera, let's just say hypothetically that was 5. Does that look any better? Play maximised. Not an awful lot better. Okay, right. So this is going to be a little bit of fun. So the difficult part with all of this is I'm trying to sort of translate all the information, but the camera being zoomed in a little bit further adds a whole layer of confusion to everything. So because and I know obviously I could try and put everything in UI, but I'm not a fan of UI. Oh, I think I've heard of that as well. I haven't watched that. Yeah. That's to be like, yes, yeah. No, I can understand that. I think the episode of Voyager, my favourite one, was the one where they're sort of trapped in an orbit around a planet that's like evolving, or that's like essentially time is going like 1,000 times faster or something. That was really, really good. Like I remember, because it's like from start to finish, the idea of just the way the whole episode evolves. Oh yeah, actually I was doing a little look on the scoreboards. I see that you're on the marathon. You are properly up there now. Oh yeah, I'm going to do a little I'll put a plug in Boxeter. Yeah, I've got it on the if you're interested in Boxeter, why not give it a try. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Oh yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's brilliant. Right. So where are we up to now? So all of this happens here. Oh yes, of course. For this precise moment, we actually need that comma to be 10 point. Every team, 10.0f. Okay, so that should fix that issue. And I'm kind of okay with it being that big. Yeah, so you can have a look at it, but we then kind of I'm going to just do a bit of an experiment, see if there's a really, really lazy cop-out answer of fixing this. If I was to make that 0.5 by 0.5, and then whatever what's the camera transposition at the moment? It's 2:2. Make that 2 and 2. You know what? That's not bad at all, is it? So so we're going to essentially copy whatever this whole thing is here. This is the card library Go. Actually, no, we can just shrink it down. We don't need to worry too much. So we've created the deck thing. We summoned it, which is no problem. That should look okay. We now just want to go onto the deck script itself and make sure that when you actually click it, it takes up the correct amount of screen, which actually shouldn't be too hard. Right. Okay. So I'm going to pause now. We're going to have a look at this. And let's go edit this, and we just want because like I say, there's some ugly clunkiness that needs to happen for me to, because what I kind of want to do as well is this Destiny map, I kind of eventually want to get rid of it altogether, and have all the important information from this onto the map test script, but we can't do that quite yet. Okay, so summon. This is all the summoning, that's fine. The update shouldn't be too much of a problem. So this is the bit that we need to probably alter a bit. So I'm going to just go Control C. Actually, no. Let's just change it. I'm not too worried. I've got plenty of older drafts of this. I'm just going to destroy it. Right. So we're instantiating this, and the parent is going to be map test script dot instance dot webcam trans, and then we want to have underscore card library script dot. Do we have? Can we get hold of the transform from it? Is it? Let's go into this script. Go to definition. So the actual library trans itself. I think this is the overall thing. So if I could just do my classic public transform library trans get private set, and then get rid of that semicolon. So now we've got access to the transform that we need. So let's go back into this. Dot library trans dot local position equals new vector 3, and that'll be 0.0f 0.0f comma 10.0f. Okay, all right, so then it's clearly in front of the camera, and we also need to change the size of it. So yeah, like I say, I'm sort of sellotaping a bit. We're going to tidy this up properly, but I just want to check that this does work. Card library script dot library trans dot local scale equals new vector 3 0.5f 5f. That should be all we need. So what we're doing here is we're making sure that when we create the screen that shows your library, it clicks to the camera and that it shrinks down so that it's proportional. So what we really could do, if we were being incredibly fancy, we could change these numbers proportional to how much the camera is faded out. But I'm going to worry about that later. So let's just see if this works. Okay. So click this bad boy. It's not bad. That's not bad. So it feels as though the actual cards themselves haven't paid attention, but that's still no worries. That should be no problem. So when we're actually putting the cards, when we're actually summoning the cards, summon library. So this is on the deck checker script. So let's go to this definition. So all of this should be fine, and then where we're instantiating it. Oh, I see. So we are creating the cards, but we need to make sure we got the vector correct. Oh my word, this is going to be a little bit tricky. I mean, I think it's just a matter of halving everything, but I want to kind of confirm that. Let me go. Control-C. So when we're instantiating it, hold on, this is a bit confusing. When we're instantiating it, is it still part of? I assumed it was still a child of the. I assumed all these cards were like children of the main thing that's making it, but I want to confirm that now. Right, let's have a look. Because that might make life a little bit more awkward. So, Oh yeah, no, they are. They are part of the slider. That's okay. So what we really need to do is from here, if I was to go -7, let's. So -2.5. What column? Yeah, let's just divide all this by 2. And then see. So what's 3.25 divided by 2? It's 3.25 over 2. Okay, right. We'll cross that. We just want to crunch the numbers, check that this works. And then we're going to work it out the rest from there. Right. Let's see if this looks even vaguely representable. Ah, close. Really close. Okay. Absolutely right. We are. We can see where the issue lies. We just need to set them up slightly better. So, if I were to just kind of highlight all of them and then move them to about there, we can get a rough idea as to where it needs to be. So if that was -5 and that was 2, yeah, -5, 2. Okay. So so what I actually just needed to work out, so it's basically just changing these numbers here. So let me try that. Let's just see where this leads. So we're just essentially working out how to get the library. Essentially, we're rejigging the library so it fits. It fits on the camera. Okay. That's still clearly wrong. Right. Let's have a look. So that's currently as 1. So it's more like what's the difference between this. So x is minus another 6. And y is about another 3. So let's just say that is actually 5. This is why it's confusing. It's because we're instantiating it. Even though they are becoming children, we're instantiating it under the assumption that that it's where it's actually going is completely, yeah. So I need to actually have a look at this. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem because I can't work out the point in which it's actually becoming a child. Oh, we're just doing it there. Oh, okay, that's fine. So all we really need to do is, I think, to go Control X and then just have individual library card script dot card trans dot local position equals that, and then it's going to make life a lot easier to actually fix. Okay, Right, so these numbers will be wrong. These numbers will be wrong, but it will be a lot easier to actually fix it from there. Yeah, because at this point we're making it a transform. Yeah. Okay. Right, we're making. Oh yes. Oh, fair play, man. Oh yes. Right, you go be a responsible parent, man. Fair play. But yeah, it's been absolutely cool having you in the stream. Sure, what you're trying to do. Oh yes. Yes, that's a good point actually. Yeah, sorry, Lakia. Like as it is, it's like basically I've created it before, but when I was creating it last time, it was slightly rushed, and now I'm trying to sort of cobble back the numbers. So now, okay, this is fine. This is kind of like slightly more my domain now. So now that we've got that, this should be a lot easier. Okay. So in fact, I wonder if we can just simply copy what was here originally and see if that works. So yeah, let's have a little look. But yeah, I do sometimes. Oh, that's okay. All right. Okay, we're getting close. Right. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, that's what's supposed. That's the screen that we get. So that's actually really good, isn't it? Okay. Right. So that feels like this is actually now kind of underway. Okay. So I was going the wrong way. I was getting everything wrong. But this is fine now. So this is the deck list that we have. And now I want to just see if there's any error messages. Oh yeah, I probably could make the screen transition. So we still are getting an error message there. But let's find out what that is. So the game still actually runs. So that's fair enough. Let's find out what's wrong with this error message. Find out where it's... So update deck size. What's wrong with this? Let's go to this definition. Oh. So so for whatever reason we don't have access to the number of cards that we should do. Okay, now that's a very interesting one. Oh, hold on, I think I know the problem. Maybe. Oh, yes. So what we really should do is... I think it's because... Oh, yes, okay. So, yes, this is fine. We just need to have map test script dot instance dot deck checker scripts. Just got to work out why that's not working. Okay, we'll get there. Map test script. I think it might be because I've made it public. I've made this bit private. That's fine. We can just make that public for the time being. Okay, right. So now we've got access. That should have alleviated. We won't get that error message anymore. So let's have another little try. Just check that this is all working, all in order. Okay, so you can press that there. Do that. You can then activate this, press play, and then it will go in. Okay, right. So we have made quite a lot of progress so far, even though it's been a little bit on the slow side. Oh, hold on, no, it's still created the error message. That's because I didn't press save. Okay, let's just... okay. So another slight problem that we've got, and I do want to actually create it just to check that this like is if we were to skip to the next one, the camera does something very weird. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So because it's attached to the camera, it's not automatically moving where it should be. But I was expecting that. This is the price you pay for never using a UI. But I stand by my decisions. I can do plenty of stuff to make it still seem as though it's proportionally in the right place. But yeah, that's fine. Okay. Oh yeah, and we could, yeah. Okay, right. So yeah, like we're actually, like I say, we're getting through. We're slowly making this script. Yeah, this whole script here, like we're just taking all the good bits bits from it, and we want to kind of essentially delete all of this. So what I'm probably going to do when I'm in my downtime, I'm probably going to like just kind of like get rid of, like, essentially my plan is just to get rid of this script altogether so I can have all the important stuff on my map test script. Right, so let's have a think. I'm trying to work out if there's anything little that I can do, because I might call it an early stream here just because my brain is just a little bit frazzled. It's like trying to get everything local is just, yeah, it's causing me a bit of a headache. It's been, yeah, it's a bit difficult, but I'm still happy with what we actually accomplished though, because it's still actually beginning to look okay. Let me do one other little thing which I kind of want to get done. Map test script. When we're actually doing when we're actually zooming in, I go to this definition. I just want right at the end here to just have cam focused, I think, equals true. Okay. I knew this was going to be a bit of an ugly process, but what I'm probably going to do on my off time is essentially get rid of the old script, just get rid of all the information, because I've realised it's not like the most entertaining thing to watch. So if we were to press T now, that's kind of how it's going to go. And I've got to work out exactly like what I want to do when you press the button. I like the idea of it sort of going into a sort of puff of smoke and then activating. But yeah, right, cool. Right, this has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for sticking around. I'm going to have a little look to see who I can raid. But I will call it here because I'm exhausted. But thank you so much for sticking around. We are slowly getting to this new map. We're slowly putting everything bit by bit. Anyway, right, catch you guys later.
Hey Zach, thanks for raiding. What up? I followed you before, I don't know if you noticed. Welcome, people.